Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Today is Thursday, right? And we have now live the Captain America banner for Liberty, which has gone live. And some people, oh, you can see now here is actually, oh, sorry, my cam box is in the way. Let's remove me. He is a concussive type character as far as his class goes. He is a defender as well. Just wanted to let people know about that. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all of the new details of the patch today. We're also going to be playing Dragon Armor, which is the brand new Nightfall, which is going to be going live as well. We're going to touch on all the things that are just new, brand new here this afternoon. And the Dragon Armor Nightfall battle. We are going to be doing that in the second half of the video. This is related to the character armor from the storyline and the campaign. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay. If you want to, this is basically an AOE based battle. Now, unfortunately, you do have to climb from the bottom up, so you will have to do easy, hard, and elite. And so, obviously, because I'm level 47, it's not going to be that hard to do some of these lower level ones. But we're going to go through that together, and we're going to touch on again some of the stuff that's just brand new in today. So let's boil this down. Okay, so one of the latest things to have come in today is the Bifrost Brawl. Now, this was not in the beta, so I'm actually not 100% sure exactly what this is. I think this is a PvP-based thing, so here every warrior must defend their own stronghold. That's behind myself. You can see it down here. First, you need to set up a defensive lineup for the stronghold. The defensive lineup consists of 3 heroes and 1 stronghold buff, okay? Each season of Bifrost Brawl offers different stronghold buffs. All right, so we can click on that. So is this like an arena defense kind of thing? That's kind of like, I've seen standard arena kind of game modes before, so I'm wondering if that's exactly what it is. I would need to play it to kind of find out. And so I don't know if I'm going to be doing, because this could be its own separate video, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that all today. You can see the different rank overviews, though. It's pretty interesting. So you can be able to climb. There's 4 ranks, so you can kind of see the different points required for that. I'm in Scout 3, and then you would get a variety of different things going up. This is going to last for, how long does this last? A week? This lasts for 2 weeks. Okay, so that's interesting. Hopefully this is better than Mystic Clash, because Mystic Clash was absolute, sorry, dog shit, in my opinion. I really didn't enjoy that. So I'm not going to do this all right now, but this will probably be a separate video over the weekend, and I'll give a chance to actually try this out on my own, because I haven't done this, which means it's going to take a little bit of time to understand, and I'm doing this right out of the gate. I'm literally like 5 minutes after the update's been pushed. Now we do have this Flourishing Dream. What is this? This is a new 2 out of 2. What is an offer? It's not. Is it an offer? It just took me to this screen here. What is this supposed to be? Remaining time 2 times. Let's hit the question mark. Flourishing event. Complete the following challenges. Battle, but all those will grant double. Whoa, really? A limited number of double events, double rewards attempts each day. So, okay. 2x, 2 of them. That's what it shows down here. So if I go into maybe Rune Raid, because actually, you know what, I kind of am gonna need to anticipate level 51. It doesn't quite say that, unless that is the double. But I don't know. I don't think that's the double. So am I, maybe after I run it? Let's just run 2 combat simulators just to see what ends up happening here. I only have 2 apparently. Oh, okay. So it did in fact double it. So there you go. I'm gonna need this to level up my my Mystic characters anyways once I hit a bit of a higher level, so that's not a complete waste. Just want to go back and make sure. Yep, so it is 2 for the day, guys. So if you want to use this on something particular, make sure that you're using it on that. And then we have Dragon Armor, which is replacing the eye, and so that is what I am going to be focusing on today after we take a look at Captain America. So some people were confused about both Iron Man and Cap's banner running simultaneously, and it does appear that that is the case. So you can see that down below here. Well, you can't because my box is in the way, of course, as usual. But there's the 10 out of 80 that I had pulled here on Iron Man. And this does not carry over to the 0 out of 80, which you can now see, that you can't see because my box is in the way, for Captain America, right? So I talked about this in last night's video, or yesterday, whenever you watched it anyways, of Captain America, because I honestly believe that you should probably not pull for these banners unless you're prepared to go all in. And what I mean by all in, I mean potentially up to 80 keys, because if you pull like 60 and you still don't get Cap, you're going to be really frustrated, right? And you're going to want that pity or the mercy to go all the way up to 80. If you get it with less, great, right? Then you can save that and move on to the next one or whatever. But I am not going to be pulling for Captain America because I'm not prepared to blow 80 keys on him. That being said, you know, as far as the other characters go, there is Lady Bullseye and Doppelganger. On the Iron Man one, it was Sentry, who is not available in the regular Dreamweaver, right? And what I'm curious to know is when the Iron Man one ends, what happens with Iron Man and what happens with Sentry and Falcon, because they're not available in here either, right? So I guess that's what I'm curious about, is what happens in about 7 days when this one ends, what happens to these characters, and then we'll have some good data as to, like, you know, what the what to expect going forward. So with Captain America or Liberty, again, you know, the details of that, you can see the upgrade for Captain America and the other characters, and this is pretty standard to basically, actually Sentry's in this one, which is interesting. So I'm one Sentry and Falcon are both in here, and Iron Man's not in here. So it's kind of weird, right? So is this gonna then, are these guys gonna go into the regular one, is what I'm curious about. And it doesn't look like I don't think there's any changes to the highlights here. So I'm gonna be taking a pass on him, but can we look at Cap though? Can we actually go into him? That's the only weird thing, is that, like, I can't actually, where do we, you can trial Cap. Okay, so I guess that's the thing, we should do that, right? Let's do the hero trial for Cap, just so I can take a look at his skills, like, in play, right? That's what I want to know. So we're gonna do that. Can I just use Cap? I don't know if this is gonna work very well. You can still, yeah, I just want to see Cap. Okay, so I'm just curious. I know they want me to use the other characters. Okay, so we have the shield strike, and this is the throw. This is on a mana of 2, and it does bounce between targets. I want to see offensive stance, make allies prioritize attacking the selected target. That's nice. So it's like a targeted, like a mark, I guess you could say, and then in defensive stance it taunts all enemies. So okay, right off the bat, oh, am I gaining mana slowly because I only have one person? So it's only a single target, is it? Just for sake of art. Okay, what does it do? How far does it bounce though? Okay, so that's interesting. I didn't know that. Can I survive long enough to actually just get my ultimate, because I want to see what that looks like? I think you get less mana when you only have one character, so maybe that's my bad. Let's go for the offensive stance, because that's what I didn't see in the video, right? So does it say? Oh, it does say here, switch to offensive stance and gain 3 mana. Switch to defensive stance, granting all allies a shield. Okay, so let's go into offensive stance, right? What does that look like? All right, cool. Red, we go red, and then the buff creates a magic circle in the target area. Offensive stance, increase the attack of all allies within the magic circle. Reduces the damage in defensive stance. Okay, so we could just, I don't know, whatever, right? We could just do, this is just me, right? And attack up. Okay, so that's cool. So you can do attack up or defense up or barriers or whatever else, and shields, whatever he does there. And is he a character that I want? I don't know if I care that much about him, honestly. I was never a big Captain America fan, so I just wanted to see what he did, though, and there we go. So if you do want to pull for Captain America, he is available there. I do want to jump over into, for the second half of the video, I do want to jump into Dragon Armor, though. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show off the easy mode. I can go up to, I should be able to go up to Elite, right? Isn't that 45 or whatever the one is that I was doing for the Nightfall? So this is something that you do need to use your AOE-based characters. This is really important to understand here. Now, I'm going to skip a little cutscene here, you know, if you don't want to watch this on your own. It's pretty cool that there is another big mega boss, though. And he does have this, like, big AOE Roaring Dragon Breath. Now, it's probably not going to happen because I'm, like, this is level 15, right? And my intent for this is I'm going to be running Storm, Juggernaut, and Dream Queen. Now, I mentioned this in my previous videos. Storm has more AoE than Scarlet Witch, as much as it pains me to get rid of my Scarlet Witch because I love her. Juggernaut does have some AoE attacks as well, and then Dream Queen is my support. I do not have Emma Frost. So this is what I'm going to be running for this battle, and basically we have to do multiple wave clears. Now again, this is like kind of Juggernaut's... You know what? I'm just going to go for the Dream Queen's AoE. This should be more than sufficient, especially on this difficult. We're going to go up to 2x. Why was I on 1x? And we basically just keep moving forward with different waves that we have to clear, right? Okay, and I'm going to go do the Storm AoE. This should be, again, more than sufficient at level 15, right? You know, not that hard. It's going to be a lot harder, though, on higher difficulties, right? And then over here, you know, at this point, I don't even need to use a skill. You do 3 waves at the start, and then you go into the main fight here, which is what we're going into here, with Dragon Armor. And you have to kill more minions in order to actually be able to damage him properly, though. So I just want to pause really quickly here. You can see that he's right there. But you're going to see that minions are going to pop out. Now, we can actually punch him directly, it seems. In the beta, you weren't able to do that, or at least it was a bit weird with the range attack. So it does look like I can actually punch him. Juggernaut's actually punching him, which is interesting. again, it might be a little bit easier to do this. We do have a dragon. I'm in the way again, but you can see in the bottom left-hand corner that there is actually like an armor percentage meter where you can use a skill that armor has once that goes up to 100%. So let's carry on over here. Get the debuff. Oh, we got some minion waves, and we do have to clear the minion waves as well because it says their team move will gain 10% charge for each enemy defeated, which is really important. Now, what I'm going to do though is I'm just going to use Dream Queen's ultimate, try to cycle through and get a storm ability because this would be a lot easier to clear out the minions here, and it does more damage. I did not mean to hit in the middle of nowhere. That was totally my bad. But you can also see that with AOE attacks that you can attack the dragon as well. This is Storm's ability here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. That almost killed him. Wow. Okay, and then you can see that there's actually a total of 10 minions, which would get you to 100% for the armor ability. Now, unfortunately, it's probably going to kill them. We just killed it. Okay, I'm going to come back to this part of the mission at the higher difficulty so that you guys can see actually like what it's actually supposed to do. All right, now we're on hard mode. Let's see whether or not I can actually get that armor ability off before killing him this time. So we're going to wait for the ads to pop out. I'm going to use the Dream Queen ultimate there just to recycle my abilities once again. We're going to go into some AoE. There we go. We got the Storm AoE. So we should be able to do that. Is that going to kill them out? This is level 30 now. So we'll see. Because it actually cleared them all out. Wow. Okay, and then we're going to do this over here. And, you know, unfortunately, that would have been really nice. But we're going to go over here. Right, we're going to kill all the armors. And then we're going to get 100%. We get the team move. And this is where you have the option to either punch the dragon in the face or put a shield up. Now, this shield is kind of important. Will it let me? Yeah, okay. So it grants all allies a big shield. This is because he does a breath attack. At higher difficulties, this is going to be important to absorb the damage, especially if you don't have a healer or some way to mitigate the damage. But if you're doing the burn or the burst attack, right, if you want to kill him ASAP, you're going to go for the attack. We're going to go for the attack. I'm going to show you what it does. It does a big punch to the face, and it does quite a bit of damage. I think it was 30%, in fact. So, but I'm still going to eat the damage if I don't kill this in time. So I do want to go over there, do some more AoE. And then we're going to connect it. You know what? You know what? I think we're just going to ignore. We're going to see if can we just ignore the dragon in this mode and then just, you know, oh, we can still get some AoE with Storm's ultimate there. Will we actually be able to kill the dragon before it goes off? Let's find out. But we can't. So you can't actually target the dragon with single target abilities. I can't seem to do it unless I'm out of range with my Dream Queen. So that's kind of interesting there. Can I? No, I don't think I can. So that's kind of crappy. Is that my debuff for Dream Queen actually lowers attack? So there we go. We'll go over here. It looks like we're probably going to eat that breath attack. It's not going to do that much damage though. I don't think at this. Yeah, I'm still out of range. That's weird. So we're going to go do this. Oh wait, we were still charging up. We're going to do it again. We are going to eat the... nope, I'm closer and I still can't do it. We're going to eat the breath attack. How much damage does this do at level 35? Not a lot, right? But if you're punching up on content, that's where it's going to be a little bit harder. We have the armor ability again. I'm just going to end it with the punch, right? So again, we're punching down at this point. We're only doing the hard difficulty. I'm level 47. This is like level 25 maybe, or 30. I don't remember. No, it was level 30. So there we go. That's the dragon armor dead. And as you can see, we're moving on to the next one, right? And so you can keep doing as many difficulties as you can. You can keep going up. We're going to do 45 as well and see how that goes. Well, actually, I'm probably not going to do it here on the video because it's not that necessary. But I just wanted to show you guys, you know, what dragon armor is all about. It does prioritize AoE damage, right? That's really, really important. And the nuances of whether or not you want to use the armor for the buff, the shields if you need it, or you go in with the punch and you do more damage to get him down ASAP. So that was Dragon Armor Nightfall. Now we did get the payout as well for the eyeball, and I did buy my war paint selfie. My war paint is my highlight, as you can see here, and I did buy the 3 clear projectile film. This is exactly what I said I was going to do in my Swords video, and I upgraded Echo's war paint to level 3. I'm saving for just now, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with the rest of my currency. And I guess when we will find out for next week when, actually, apparently it's going to be running for 2 weeks, Dragon Armor. You can see the score that, the kind of the stuff that you get in here. It's going to go all the way up to 15,000 points, where you should have no problems being able to get this as well if you're climbing up and you're playing every single day. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below about Dragon Armor if you got a chance to try it out. I think it's pretty cool that they have different bosses that they're rotating, and I'm very interested to see what more they might have between the Nightfall Eyeball and the dragon armor if they're going to have any more additional ones in the future. So that's it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.